Folks, welcome into the Crossing Swords Intermission Report. I'm your host, Ty B, joined by Dwayne, Joe Conzi Jr., and yet again, we have Dom in here from Real Talk, talking about his Rangers, who are ahead right now, 2-1 after one. Keandre Miller scores late with 7 seconds left in the period. Some people were just getting a little cocky, saying the Sabres were playing winning hockey, and then they go and let one up late. Dwayne, where are your thoughts after that?
I need I'm coming in echoey. What is going on right now? Am I the only one?
You're the echo, Dwayne.
That was epic.
No, yeah, Dwayne's getting muted for a second. He's the one who's echoing. Konzi, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, so, a little bit sloppy for the Sabres there. They do get that goal from the workhorse from Whitehorse, Dylan Cousins. They're just not closing in. They're just not closing in enough on pucks. They're not picking up shooters. On the first goal there by Chris Kreider, there was like a triangle of guys out in front of the net that I think I said to you guys, like, who's picking them up? And Ty, you go, I don't know. It's one of the three guys that are surrounding them. And that's a problem we've seen all season. Yeah. It's like, why is there so many defensive breakdowns? So the Sabres really need to figure that out because it could be a long night if that's the case. But it was good to see the offense move the puck, to see Cousins kind of step up with that confidence and kind of step up into the slot and rip one home. So I like that. When you see that out of a rookie kind of coming in there and ripping one from the top of the key, good to see. But they got to clean that up defensively. It's disgusting.
Absolutely. Hopefully Dwayne figured out his mic. I'm going to throw it to Dom, though, first. Your thoughts there. Rangers take the lead late.
Just like I said pregame, Keandre Miller looks like a 5-year veteran out there. Kid's buzzing. He looks great. And like I said, I think I called it. We need more out of Chris Kreider with the amount of money we're paying him to be a Ranger for the rest of his life. So it's about time he got that goatee and mustache and crashed the net and popped one in. That's beautiful. Even though it's a little bit of a defensive miscue, I think, Dwayne, you said it. Why is he following him behind the net? That's just terrible. It's terrible. But that's a thing when you're a young team like this. One of the big things they're going to need to learn to do is capitalize on situations like that. Sabres, like Konzi was saying, they move the puck well. They got to find the net. Because that release was fantastic. I mean, that kid was free. Holy Jesus. So, yeah, I mean, decent first period, a little shaky on both ends, but young teams, what can you do?
Yeah, folks, thank you for tuning in again to the Crossing Swords Intermission Report. Make sure you get some comments in. Shout out Jonesy out there. Sorry, go Royal Blues. Yeah, the Buffalo Sabres, not your Blues. Dwayne, your thoughts on that first period so far?
Sloppy play in the defensive zone by Buffalo. I believe that was a giveaway by Sam Reinhart. Definitely you have to be more cognizant with the puck when you're trying to leave the zone. And then Dahlin, rule number 1, you can't chase behind the net. You have to let he's not as dangerous. He's not very dangerous back there by himself behind the net. You expect your goalie to have the wraparound covered. You should stay claim in front of the net, cover your man. I would like to know, I'm not sure who, I think it was Colin Miller was the defensive partner. I don't know where he was on that play, but you can't allow the man to sit alone in front of the net there. And I also need some better goaltending from Ullmark.
Oh, no, absolutely. I think that's exactly what you need. The Sabres right now, if you look at it, again, it's another night where they're winning those analytical battles, but they're not winning on the scoreboard right now. They're a positive. They're 60% Corsi, 75% goals for right now. They're doing the things. They're getting to the spots. They're just not finishing yet again. We saw some opportunities even on that power play before Cousins scored where they could have put one in earlier on, but they're just not finishing where they need to. Dwayne, what are you doing if you're Ralph Kruger to get them to fully continuing to believe in this system when they're in the spots, they're just not finishing?
I don't like to call it puck luck, but sometimes you do need puck luck on your side. And I don't know how many more chances Jack Eichel needs to get before he finally buries one in the back of net during regulation time. But it's mind-boggling to me that we're this far into the season. We have yet to see Jack Eichel score a goal. He's doing everything right. Like, he's literally doing everything right. He's picking his spots. He's taking the shots when he's supposed to be taking them. They're just not going in for him. And you saw another phenomenal scoring chance there for him in the first period. Wasn't able to put away. Even NHL.com thought he scored, and they sent out the notification. Everybody thought he scored, but it was confusing. But I guess you just gotta, keep bearing down, keep getting in front of the net. You saw on that power play goal, Skinner was in front of the net, causing havoc in front of Jajorov and
and we have the heat map here, and you see, the Sabres are getting good shots in front of the net,
the dangerous areas. Yeah,
they allowed the same thing though on the Rangers, and the Rangers just were able to bury those more often than the Sabres have been able to, which is something that they've struggled with a bit this season. Dom, if you're the Rangers, you're a young team, you're coming into this one. Dan Quinn, what are you telling your boys after being able to get that lead late?
I think the biggest thing for them, which is what I've been saying all season, is, again, I mean, this is the youngest team in the NHL. You have no experience. Just pedal to the metal and try to just make what you can happen. The thing that I love about Quinn right now, he's like, if you're playing hard and you're scoring, you're going to play. So, Brendan Lemieux is probably arguably offensively one of the worst players on our team besides Jack Johnson, and he just had an assist. So he's going to keep playing. That's what's going to happen because that's what's working right now. I mean, you got the young kids, they're stepping up. We're getting a little more out of the top six. If the top six was playing the way they can with the way the kids are playing right now, this team would be putting up crazy numbers. So, I mean, we'll see. They got to capitalize on just a little more of that, anything they can get out of the corners or in front of the net. Like I said, if we're going to make some miscues like we had out of our boy Darlene coming behind the net like that, then let's make it happen,
Absolutely. I mean, and that's what the Sabres really have struggled with. It's the defense generally has been there. They've been pretty good all year, but they have those miscues and those lapses where that consistency just falls through and it falters to put some guys in bad situations. We have a question here from Jake Watkins. For me, the Pringles mascot, who wins in a fight, Risto or 3 average size hyenas? You look at Risto, he looks like a mix between Drago and Frylock. I think he could probably
Ristolainen as Drago. Get out of here with that.
Risto's one of your best players right now.
He looks like he could take 3 average size hyenas. I don't know about you guys. I got Risto in that fight.
Do you know much about hyenas? Because I know quite a bit, and I don't want to be that guy, but they do have. Might not be appropriate, but they have what's called a pseudo penis on the females. So, like, they're just vicious. They do. I swear to God, look it up. They're vicious animals. Hyenas are vicious. So Risto, but the way Risto's been playing, I mean, he's buzzing. I said the key to
he's nasty.
He's crushing it right now. I know Dwayne loves it.
Look,
same. I think
exactly.
This is for Jake. This is for Wake, as we call him. Let me tell you something. It's his 500th career NHL game. And in his interview today, they asked him what he felt about it. And Rasmus Ristolainen goes, "Great. We've also lost a lot here, and I can't wait to start winning." Like, basically was what he said. So, like, you're talking about a guy who's just a complete badass. Like, he literally eats, like, raw, like, cow and just, like, throws weights around and flips tires. Like,
also known as beef.
Yes, yeah. I am beating him in a fight 110% for the sole purpose that he said, "I am sick of losing here. This is my 500th game I've lost."
Yeah, I don't think he would lose that fight for that simple reason. We got another comment here. I don't know who's on the Trainwreck account right now, but they're spitting hot fire. Looks wise, Risto's looking like Drago, but playing like Malfoy. At times he does. He's been playing like a magician this year and making some nice plays, though, and making that Corsi look real nice, boys. I don't know how you're feeling about that. Maybe his trade value is at an all-time high. Dwayne, do you want to speculate on any goalie trade rumors right now? Because we didn't get to talk much because you couldn't really figure out the hopping in here at first.
Figure it out.
It was rough. We had some technical difficulties, that's for sure. Goalie rumors. Okay, so we heard coming from Chad Dominicis by Die by the Blade that there were some rumors coming out west that Kevin Adams was in talk with the team out west. 2 goalies' names that come to mind for me are the obvious Marc-Andre Fleury, who's been on and off. I know it's cooled down quite a bit, but Darcy Kemper, 2 out of Arizona. He was allegedly available before the deadline, and right now, he's up for. I know he signed a 2-year extension for $4.5 million. I think he's earned himself a raise, and I don't know if Arizona is going to be willing to pay him a whole lot more. Probably what he's worth, at least $6 million. So I could see Darcy Kemper getting moved out of there. If I'm Kevin Adams, I am absolutely on the phone with Arizona trying to make something happen there because I am a huge.
Oh, yep. Another thing we got to bring up. Castle Hawkthorne just pointing out another rumor. Vince Dunn being on the block. Looks like he's a healthy scratch today. Shout out Jonesy's Blues.
They just signed him too, didn't they?
RFA deal. Yeah, he was an RFA.
Yeah, they just had him. I would love Vince Dunn. Vince Dunn is a
absolutely.
phenomenal young defenseman. Get me some Vince Dunn in this lineup. Absolutely, he'd be an unbelievable addition to your top 4 defensive pairing. I don't know who you'd have to move out defensively, but absolutely, I'm a big Vince Dunn guy. Going back to what I said, I also did reach out to one of my sources in Vegas about this when this first came up, and he personally said that he has not heard anything on Marc-Andre Fleury personally, but he will let 2 goalies, 1 mic, and Crossing Swords know as soon as he does hear something, as soon as it happens. But as far as Marc-Andre Fleury goes, I don't hear anything. He has not heard anything on that front.
Yeah, another name that comes to mind, Jacob Markstrom, possibly. I know you know a bit about him, Dom. Any possibility there with Demko and everything else?
Well, what I was going to say is, I mean, here in New York, we'll give you Keith Kincaid and a Junior's cheesecake for Risto. I got to assume the money they
throw the gabagool in.
The amount of money they just threw at Jake in Calgary is probably not going to go anywhere anytime soon. But, I mean, Vancouver's in a really interesting situation where you have Holtby's obviously a world-class goaltender. I mean, he's won a Stanley Cup. He's great when he's great. But Demmer's hungry. Demmer's been saying he wants the starting spot. He's been playing fine. Their defense is just anemic. So, I mean, Demko could make – I mean, that would be a huge move. You imagine him coming in here and being between the pipes for these guys? I mean, that would be insane just to add that little youth boost and a guy who's hungry and wants to win. I mean, I'd go insane because I grew up, not grew up. Are you kidding? Holy shit. I've been watching the kid here in Utica for a couple years. To see him that close to home, oh, my God, I go crazy.
No, absolutely. I think, though, you have to make some sort of move here. You see how well this team is playing in front of the goalie. You need someone else back there to not score goals in front of so that they can prevent a couple more goals for you. And hopefully maybe you can win a game, 1-0, maybe 2-1.
Right.
They gotta figure it out. But looking in here, Dwayne, what's your perspective on the rest of this game here? What do you think the Sabres' chances are?
You got to clean up your playing your own end. That's for sure. You're getting the chances offensively. You got to start burying. Like I really do believe this is a game where you might see Jack Eichel finally get a few tucks. He's getting the chances. You can't deny that. It's not for a lack of trying. He's getting his chances. He's probably gripping his stick a little bit tighter every time he takes a shot, hoping to finally just get that monkey off his back and finally get a goal here in regulation time. I think this is the game where he does it. I think he really, and as soon as that happens, as soon as he really starts to put the puck, look for that line to go on an absolute heater.
Dwayne, that's music to my ears. Hopefully that happens. Kanzi, we got the line right now at the Buffalo Creek for the Sabres, plus 188 on that money line to come back and win this one. The over-under sitting at 7 goals right now after a 3-goal first period. What's your outlook on this one? Anything you want to run down to the Creek and Hammer before this period starts?
I'd take the over. I would really take the over on this game, and I'll tell you why. I just think that, like Dom said earlier, I think they're both kind of playing a little sloppy in their own zone. I just think that the Rangers are a little bit better at playing in the Sabres zone. But yeah, I would hammer the over on this one for sure because I don't know if you guys saw this last game, but every time Taylor Hall gets one-on-one with a Tendy, he ranks post, but he beats him. So I think it's going to be a matter of time, just like Dwayne said about Eichel. I think Taylor Hall is going to start tickling the twine pretty soon. And we're going to start
the twine. I mean, I hope so. You just say it. Guys got more pipes than a Home Depot is hitting off the post every 5 seconds. It's unbelievable.
More pipes than I clean on an average day.
Shout out Creek Degenerate. Take the over, Creek. Take the over, Creek Degenerate.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for us on the first intermission report. Make sure you guys stay tuned at Cross Swords Pod for more throughout the game at 2 goalies, 1 mic. We're going to be back for the second intermission and hopefully for a post game wrapping up a big Sabres comeback win. Dom, sorry for you, bud. Yeah, I'm sure you don't really care too much. You just want to see progression with the boys, and so we'll take the wins. We need those 2 points. We'll keep you in the basement of the Mass Mutual East Division. That wraps it up. Let's go, Buffalo.
Yeah, buddy.